Hey guys, how's it going out there? This is Sean Young, and I hope that you are enjoying your adventures in wholesaling. Today, I'm going to be bringing you the first in of many videos in a series of videos that I've created or that I'm creating right now that we are creating called the S.M.A.R.T Wholesaling Method. And the S.M.A.R.T Wholesaling Method is a system that I have refined over the years based on my processes on how I've been doing business, how I've been able to close hundreds of deals. Things change. So the way that I started 10 years ago is not the way that I do business now, of course. So with that being said, the S.M.A.R.T Wholesaling Method was born. I took some things that I saw that were working for other folks out in the industry, some of my peers, some other coaches out there, and I added them to what I was doing. I added what was useful to me, what was relevant to me in my business and my processes, and I discarded that which wasn't. And again, that's how we come up with the S.M.A.R.T Wholesaling Method. And this series is going to walk you guys through exactly how to acquire properties, how we are picking up properties, the tools that we're using, the methods that we're using to get to acquire motivated sellers. How do we talk to these sellers once we do get them on the phone? How are we underwriting these deals, making sure that our numbers are right, all that good stuff. Once we do get those numbers right, how are we getting that deal under contract? How are we getting it over to our buyers and getting it to the finish line, which is a closing and a check in everyone's pocket. So everyone's happy. So it's a win-win-win for everyone that's involved. So those are the things that we're going to be talking about during this series here, and I'm super excited to bring it to you. So on today's video, the first thing that we're going to be doing is doing some cold calling. And we're going to be actually talking about, you know what, first, before we jump into the cold calling, I'm going to explain to you guys what the SMART acronym stands for. But let me get back to that. So today's video, we're going to be doing some cold calling, and I'm going to be showing you guys a couple of methods that I utilize to get leads. One method is going to be a 100% free method that you can go do right after you see this video. And another is a paid method, but I'm going to give you guys a link that's going to give you a $200 gift certificate basically to get started so that you can go out there and take some action, because that's what it's all about, guys, taking massive imperfect action. We fail our way forward through massive imperfect action. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into things. So again, guys, what does the SMART acronym stand for? The S in SMART stands for systematic lead generation. What does that M stand for? It stands for mastering seller conversions. Mastering seller conversations. The A stands for accurate deal structuring. The R stands for real buyer insights. And the T, that stands for targeted disposition strategies. And again, I'll break all of this down for you guys as this series continues. Not only that, but I'll have a toolkit that I'm going to share with you, a link with you guys so that you can download this entire toolkit so that you can have it at your disposal at any time. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. One of the first methods one of the first free sources that we utilize to get leads is Zillow. It's a free source, and it's Zillow, believe it or believe it not. And no, we're not going on Zillow just paying whatever the price says unless it makes sense for us. What we're trying to do is discover the seller's motivation. So we'll go into for sale by owner sections in Zillow, and I'll break it down in series again in the future on exactly what filters you need to use and all that. But what I want you to know is that you can start taking action now. Go into the for sale section. Go to for sale by owner. Put in your cities or your state, your location where you want to find these buyers. Put in your house range. What price range do you want these properties to be under? Make sure that it's not listed by an agent. Make sure that it's for sale by owner. Go ahead and run your list. You'll have plenty of opportunities to call on. So what we're going to be doing, guys, today is I'm going to be blindly calling on some leads that are in these for sale by owner sections, and you guys are going to be right here to watch me do it. Watch me have these conversations, watch what I do, and watch me get to the closing line, which is, again, a signed deal. So this process is something that I want people to see, because far too often I see videos out here on the on YouTube where there's these new gurus that pop up. You know, hey guys, I just got started 6 months ago. You know, I'm crushing it. You know, follow me, follow my system. Nothing wrong with that at all. However, the thing that I don't like is that is that if we're not honest about how our industry actually works, we can attract some of the wrong characters and some of the wrong people. If we give the impression that our business is a get rich overnight or some type of get rich quick scheme, those are the type of players that we will attract into our industry. And you may say to yourself, well, what does that matter to me, Sean? I don't care. No, trust me. If you're in our business and in our industry, you need to care. The reason being is because regulations pop up. Attorney generals are get involved. Things start happening when people don't do things ethically and don't do things the right way. And when they have people running all over the country doing things kind of, the wrong way. So I stand by other coaches that are out here trying to do things the right way, who teach their folks how to go about doing business ethically, because honestly, there's no reason to not do it that way. There's plenty of opportunities to help people out here who have problems, get those problems solved. And in exchange for that, you get money put into your bank account. All right. So it's that simple. You don't have to go out here and lure people into situations. You don't have to convince anyone to sell you their property. You don't have to do anything that doesn't feel good to you, where you can't get a good night's sleep at night, once you lay down at night after working all day, putting in work on this business. And that's another thing. If you are not willing to put in work, this is not going to work for you. This is not something that you can do here and there, unless your here and there is so super focused and so hyper focused that will work. And even here and there, you're still going to be consistent on a daily basis. But I know a lot of folks out here, a lot of my viewers have 9-to-5s. But I don't want you to feel like your 9-to-5 is a limitation. It is not. 100% it is not. If you can dedicate 2 to 3 hours per day to your business, whether it's reaching, and when I say dedicating to your business 2 to 3 hours, I don't mean spending 2 hours trying to come up with the logo. I don't mean spending 2 hours designing a website or something. I mean spending 2 to 3 hours actually doing revenue generating activity, reaching out, having conversations, sharpening up your skills. And let me tell you something about the skill set thing here. This industry, if you want to make money, you've got to have the skills to talk to sellers. You got to know how to close deals. You got to have different exit strategies or different solutions that you can provide your seller. So this is something that you should take very serious. Again, I know a lot of folks out here, including maybe myself in the past, have promoted the business and say, guys, this was super easy, or picking up this or that deal was super easy, because some of those deals are easy to pick up. And those are the ones that usually are the ones that are talked about the most, especially on YouTube. So the only thing that I'm saying, guys and gals, is out of an 8-hour day, if you have 8 hours in a day, ask yourself, how many calls can I make today? How many calls can I make in this 8-hour period? If you're telling yourself, 20 or something like that, again, you got to do a gut check. It's going to take way more than that. You're going to have to really dig in, because unless you're saying your goal is to have 20 good conversations, then that may be different. But you're going to have to make a lot of calls to get to good conversations. So on this video here, again, this is going to be raw, live and uncut. This is not scripted. I have no clue what these sellers are going to say. I have no clue how this is going to go, but we're going to walk through this together. So you guys are going to get, there may be cuts, of course, here in this video because of various reasons, but I got to look up new leads and all that good stuff. Don't want you just sitting there staring at my beautiful face, but
come here. Shut your stupid ass up.
Yeah, we want to make sure that we are giving you guys an accurate description and an accurate experience on what it's like to really be in the trenches, making calls back to back to back, having people tell you no over and over and over. It's okay, guys. Embrace those no's. It's only getting you closer to a yes. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get this thing started. Again, some of this is going to go just straight through. Some of this will be cuts. I may add in some other videos later on. I'm gonna go grab me some lunch or whatever the case is, guys. I'm going to still give you, whether we get these deals under contract or not, so that you can see the process that we utilize and understand the strategies and see what it's really like to talk to sellers. Not every deal is going to close. So I don't want you ever again looking at any guru or duru that's out here on YouTube University, giving you guys all the latest and greatest on the deals that they've closed and the deals that they're getting under contract without considering that they've done a lot of work to do that. All right. So, all right, let's get started. Let's bring up our first lead here. Looks like we've got us a property here in on Wilson Street in Stockbridge. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Let's give this person a call. And if you guys don't know, there are, let me see if I can share my screen here without sharing information. Nope, I don't want to risk it right now because YouTube has come out with some new restrictions, which, you know, of course makes sense, where we want to respect people's privacy and all that good stuff. So I'll save that for another video where I will blur out, you know, all the addresses and all that good stuff and give you guys a walkthrough on how to find this information on Zillow. But for now, use the basic information that I gave you and take action. Again, let's get going. All right, so I've got the property owner's information here and I've got the phone number. Let's get to dialing. All right. Turn her up. Hope y'all can hear me.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hey, how's it going? This is Sean. I was calling about your property on Wilson Street. I wanted to see if that was still available. We'd love to speak with you about that. Feel free to give me a call back at the number that I'm calling you from. Thank you. All right, so we keep this thing going. Let's go on to the next one. All right. And this is one that I like this one here on Wilson Street. So I would love to hear back from those folks. All right. Go ahead and go to the next one here. All right, let's see what we got. And some things that I look for when I'm looking here on Zillow is I'm looking for houses that aren't in 100% top-notch shape, something that I can come in, add some value to, and whatnot. So again, we have to consider, if we're going to take these properties down, what can we do to add value so we can have some equity in this property once we sell it, or so our buyers can have some equity once they sell it. Usually when you find properties on here that are already super fixed up, the motivation is going to be pretty low. And a lot of these that are on for sale by owner, the motivation is going to be, the motivation may not be in line with reality as well, because again, some of these folks, this may be a second home, or this is something they're just seeing, you know, what they can do. But again, we never go into this with a preconceived idea on what it's like, because some of these folks could be desperate to sell their house and they can't list it with an agent for various reasons, because the agent's going to tell them to get this or that fixed up, or do this or do that. And some of these people are needing to sell right now without getting any agents involved. All right, so I see another one here we're going to take a look at. We're going to go ahead and give this one a call here. And let's take a look here. Let me see, is this a mobile home? All right. This one here is being sold as is. In the notes here, they're saying yard needs cleaning and cutting down a few trees. A 1K EMD. That's earnest money deposit for those who don't know what that stands for. And I am not a big proponent on $1,000 earnest money deposits unless it makes sense. The earnest money deposit that I use is not that amount. And again, unless it makes sense or there's a reason to, I usually shy away from doing anything like that. Let's move on to the next one here. I'm not sure about this one here. Let's move on to the next one. Oh boy, got us a nice looking one here. Nice looking junker. Or something that needs some tender loving care. All right, so good. Let's give this one here a call. Let me take a look here. And one thing that I like to do, folks, when I pull up these properties is I like there's tools that I use, and I'll give you links to all of my tools. Right now, I'm in a tool that's called Batch, and I like to use Batch because it allows me to take my little in my map view. I can take my little man and drop him down on the street, which it's just Google Street View, but it allows you to be able to see what's going on in that community, see if there's anything that crazily out of order or whatever the case is. It allows you to really get a good snapshot of what's happening out there. So I like to take a look at that. This is also where I'm looking at comps in the area. I want to see what is going on out here in this market. Is there anything going out here in this market? Some of these markets are very rural, so you might not find a lot of activity. So this property here, we have literally one comp. I'm finding one comp, and that comp is within, let's see, it's within a mile. It's not a good comp as far as bedroom sizes. Our property has one bedroom, one additional bedroom, and yeah, our property has one additional bedroom, and it has 248 more square foot. So the square footage is not too far off as far as being in line for a comp. And so it's not too bad. I can account for that. So what we're going to do, guys and gals, is we're going to go ahead and reach out to the seller. We're going to give them a call here. And again, with the comps, let's take a look. So we got a property that sold for $69,000 that was 1 mile away. And let me see if this property was fixed up or not. Nope. This property was sold in an as-is condition. I can clearly see this. Let's see. So the previous seller, the previous owners owned it for 2 years, 11 months, about 3 years. And yep. And that property didn't sell. So my mistake here, the owner has had this property here for 2 years, almost 3 years, and it's listed right now. It's been listed since December for $68,000. So no, let's see here. Let me back my comps up, see if we got anything nearby. This is a very rural area out here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is very rural. Very rural here. We've only got one comp within 5 miles, and that one again hadn't sold. All right, so let me see here. Let me see what's going on in this community here. That'll help give me a better understanding. Because if it's just way out in the sticks, I don't want to necessarily put ourselves through that. But it looks like a little action out here. It looks like a little very small town. Very, very small town. So let's drop my little man here. All right, let's see what's going on here. All right, I see what's going on here. I'm gonna give these folks a call. Now, let me see. Let me see if I can find any comps on this thing beyond that. Be patient with me, folks, and just bringing up my tools here. Okay, let's go ahead and give this one a call. Go ahead and give this one a call here. I'm gonna have to get it for much less than he or she is gonna wanna sell it for, but that's the way the game goes. All right.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? I was calling about your property on Trent Street.
It's under contract.
Oh, it's under contract. Got it. Got it. Well, good for you. Congratulations on that. When you guys looking to sell the close?
Oh, probably the 23rd of April, maybe.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, hey man, I'll keep your number down and I'll reach back out to you. And if you guys aren't sold by or closed by then, I'll definitely reach out to see if I can pick it up from you.
Where else are you looking?
I look all over the country, brother. I buy nationwide.
Are you the buyer or do you work for an outfit?
No, it's me. It's me. I'm the company. I'm the buyer.
What kind of properties are you looking for?
Properties just like this one here are perfect for me. I like properties we can come in, add some value to them, and either turn them around and put them back on the market or keep them for our own portfolio. So I'm looking for properties that are or at least three bedrooms or more is my sweet spot, and at least 1,000 square feet or more.
Hold on, let me walk into my contacts here as a buyer. So hold on.
All right. Are you out here in the market also an investor? I see you got a local area code here.
I used to buy and hold and rent and Section 8 and all that
Okay.
years ago. I'm just getting back. I've got 4 kids, been really expensive. Just got one out of college. Just put another one in Georgia Tech this year and another one this year down in private school down in Orlando. And then I got another kid who's on the spectrum. So he's at a private school. So I got money going out like crazy.
Man, I hear you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're wholesaling right now, put some chunks in your pocket, chunks of change in your pocket.
Not too much. I'm trying to do better, but like on the one that you're talking about, I mean, I'll only make about $2,000 on that one.
Okay.
I mean, I'd like to make 10 or more on these things, but it's kind of tough.
Yeah, man, it is. It is. And what you got this on the contract for on Trent Street? I'm curious.
Well, this is a very special one. I've got a friend who's older.
Got it.
He grew up in Hurtsboro, and he won't touch any properties that have renters, but once they leave, he'll say, "This is what it's worth."
Hmm.
And he and his sister are looking at each other like, I go fishing with him, like, there's no darn way it's worth that much. So I mean, initially he wanted like 44 grand for it. And I like, took us a year to get him down to, in the 30s.
Wow. Okay.
He's one of those rich guys that doesn't give a flip. He'd rather the house fall on its ass.
Right. Right.
Lowers the price than his head on what he thinks it's worth. So I really don't even wholesale the few properties that he's sent my way. I just tell him, and he'll like hand me $1,000 or $2 in cash next time I see him. It's one of those type of deals.
Okay. Okay.
So that's just an odd property that you asked about.
Understood. Understood. Well, I would definitely love to take a look at some other ones you got.
Give me your name if you would.
Sure. My name is Sean Young, and that's SHAUNYOUNG.
Okay, and again, I'm gonna write some things down. Buy all over.
Yep. Can close pretty quick within 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay. And then you said,
And this seller that you got here that you're talking about that's got all these properties here. You might want to pitch to him if he's open to doing some creative stuff with these properties, like some creative deals, because it sounds like he owns these outright.
yeah, he's not looking to do creative financing.
Okay, all right.
He's just, I've already asked him. I said, why don't you, because there's a lot of people that will do that. They'll call me saying, hey, can I give you 5 down, 10 down, that type of thing. And
Right.
he doesn't, he doesn't want to do it.
Got it. Understood. Okay. Well, hey man, like I said, I'd love to be a solution for you if you guys got something that makes sense for what we're looking for, our buying box. Love to take it down from you, man.
You got it. We may have, obviously, we may have another one coming up here in Birmingham, so I'll get a hold of you.
Okay. Yeah. Birmingham is one of my markets, so I would love it.
You got it.
All right, brother. Talk to you soon. What was your name?
My name is Joe Maluli.
Joe Maluli. I'll lock you in, Joe.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
All right, guys and gals. So that's how it goes. We have conversations. So let's go ahead and lock old Joe in here. So Joe is a wholesaler. If you guys didn't pick up on that. Deals Southeast. All right. All right. So good old Joe is, again, he is a wholesaler. Nothing wrong with that. That's what we all do out here. I wholesale a ton. That's the foundation of my business is wholesaling. So, but we don't want to necessarily deal with other wholesalers unless there's so much meat on the bone that it makes sense. But if not, for the most part, guys, we don't want to get caught up in what we call daisy chains, where there's other wholesalers in the middle of these deals. We want to be direct to seller. All right. So let's keep this train rolling. Keep this train rolling. All right. All right.
Coach Joy and Peace. Leave a message and I'll be back with you shortly.
All right. We're not going to leave a message for that one. Let's go ahead and keep this train rolling. Let's move to the next one here.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? This is Sean. I was calling about your property on Van Street. Is that one still available? All right. Looks like you're wanting to get 179 for. Is that still about accurate?
I might take a little less than that.
All right, because I did see it went up in price by about 30K a couple of months ago. But what you got going, man? What's the situation? Why you looking to sell that one?
It was my wife's dream home. I bought it for her. She passed away and left me with a 7-year-old daughter.
So sorry to hear that.
Huge house. It's just way too big for me and my daughter.
Yep.
It's just way too big.
Brother, I'm really sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, brother. So is it currently occupied or is it vacant right now? Have you guys already moved on?
Me and my daughter's living in it.
Okay.
I'm still having to make payments, I don't have it completely paid off. Still having to make a few payments. And I got a lot of stuff here over the years, so I hadn't moved it out yet. It was kind of just staying around and taking my time and getting it cleaned out and finding out, what I'm going to do, because I got other places too.
That's what I was going to ask you. Did you have any place that you guys are going to move to once you get this one sold?
Yeah, I got 2 other places, but you coming from this big old house to something small, you got too much and you fill it up quick. So I don't really know what to do with all that I got. So I'm
Understood.
kind of close. I've never really had to do this, but I've always moved up and bigger and up and bigger. Now I'm gonna go down.
Right, right. So now you're downsizing, and you got a big locker full of stuff and a smaller locker to put it in. I got you.
I got a bunch of vehicles. And, I mean, you name it, I got it. It's just, I don't even know why I got it no more. I did when she was alive. She told me to.
Hey, like they say, happy wife, happy life, man. So I understand, brother.
House full too.
Indeed, indeed. So what condition is it in right now on the inside? Would you say, like, if I were to take it off your hands right now, what would I have to put into it to get it where I could resell it?
Basically, clean the carpet or replace it. I need to put a coat of paint on the bathroom wall.
Okay.
I'm. Let me think. I think that's about all.
Roof is good in good shape.
About 7 years old.
Okay.
Right? No problem. The AC unit's about 6, 8 months old, if that.
Okay.
Storm come through and a tree fell on a building out back. I had it redone, put 20 grand in it.
Man.
Another storm come through and knocked the tree down, and it fell on the air conditioning unit.
Oh man.
And it bent, and I don't know much about them, so I just said, look, I'm just gonna have the whole thing replaced because the fan on top wouldn't spin. I didn't know if it was messed up or what, but I just placed it. That was another 4,500. I just done a new floor all the way in the kitchen, all the way to the ground.
Okay.
New floor in the bathroom, all the way to the ground. New vanity in the bathroom. The bathroom, one bathroom needs another coat of paint. I took the wallpaper off, painted the walls white.
Okay.
And I never got around to putting the second coat of paint on it. I just hadn't took the time to do it. I got it. Just hadn't took the time, to be honest with you.
Understood.
The other bathroom had wallpaper on it, and I just ain't never been one for wallpaper. So I'd like to take it down and paint it, but I'm gonna get out and let somebody else deal with it however they want to do it. I just put a new back porch on, a new back deck on back there.
Okay.
I'd say on a scale from 1 to 100, I'd say it's about a 95.
About 95. Man, you taking the words right out of my mouth. I was going to ask you on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think? What do you think she's looking like? But you say on a scale of 1 to 100, I'll take it. You say it's about a 95.
I think somebody that knows what they're doing come in here and clean this carpet. They spend a day in here on this carpet and cleaning it up, wiping it down, whatever. Spit shining it one day, it's perfect.
Got it. All right. Well, see here, what kind of time frame you guys looking at? How soon you looking to get this one sold?
Sooner the better.
Okay.
I like to, my finances, I'd like to be able to get it sold and have a little bit to get my stuff cleared out because, getting moved beforehand, making this payment and that payment too, it's a little much on one person.
Understand. Juggling. It sounds like you're juggling a lot there.
Yeah, I mean, if I could sell it, and give me 30 days to get out, I'd be out in 30 days, no problem.
Okay.
Everything moved. I'm slowly moving things now, but getting help around this place, man, that's a job to do. Help. Get a little help, move vehicles and stuff like that, Plus, I've had a broke leg, so.
Oh man.
That kind of threw me out the time frame.
Yeah, I know how the help goes. Everyone's always available until you actually need them. Yes. All right. So
I'm ready to go, though.
all right. Well, you need about 30 days. Sounds good. Well, let me tell you, and I didn't get your name, brother. What was your name? Paul. The way that this will work, Paul, is I'll make you an offer. If we agree to it, I'll send you over the agreement. You sign it. I'll send my guys out to come out and verify everything is, as you say it is. We do our inspections, get our bids from contractors. We go ahead and open up title, make sure we come back with the clean title commitment, which usually takes us about 3 to 4 weeks to close. So it sounds like that it'll be right in line with your time frame of 30 days. And while we're waiting for title and everything to come back, we're also going to be getting some bids put in and getting everything in order that we need for closing. So that's how the process works. It's pretty simple. That makes sense for you? Okay. So
Think about signing a contract, man. I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of iffy on that because I've had so many people want me to sign a contract, and I took the first one and the second one
wow.
to my attorney, and she said you'd be a fool to sign that.
Man, you must have been dealing with some jokers out there. What happened? What was wrong with those agreements?
Like 5 pages of.
Oh no. Yeah, no, brother. We don't do
Take it to a lawyer, man. Whatever she said, that's what I'm gonna do. And she said,
Yeah.
sign it.
I hear you.
So many people out here doing this that might get screwed.
Right. I hear you.
Bank got the title, so
Right.
I tell you what I get. I tell you what I get. Pay the bank off, pocket the rest.
Yep, absolutely. And that's how it would work with us. Yeah, brother. It sounds like you had a bad experience. We don't do any 5-page agreements. Our agreement is it's a 1-page agreement. It's in layman's terms. We close at a title company or with the closing attorney. Let me see where you're located. You're here in my home state. I do deals nationwide, but you're here in my home state. So we got plenty of title companies and attorneys here that are going to take care of the deal. They close it. It's all legal. I don't do any of it, obviously. They close it again, run title, make sure everything is on the up and up. And I have no problem with you sharing our agreements with your attorney as well to have them take a look at it. Ours is super simple. Again, it's 1 page. It's telling you that we're going to give you what we're saying we're going to give you at the time we're going to give it to you. That's about it. But I understand you've had some bad experiences, man. I definitely understand. I hear a lot of that goes on out here. But yeah, this is what we do, brother. You can type my name in. I'm Sean Young, real estate. You'll see a bunch of information pop up about me. I've been doing this for about 10, 12 years now.
Let me ask you this. As far as said, sending the guys out to take a look.
Yep.
Can you give me an offer, sign the contract before they take a look, or how does it go?
Yes, what we do is what I'm going to ask for some pictures because you're in the property right now, so I'm sure you could probably take some pictures and maybe a little short video or something for me so I can get a good understanding. So that'll help me for sure. Based upon what you told me, again, that's why I'm sending my guys out there is just so we can verify that everything is as you've said. We check couple of things in our end, foundation, just a couple of things just to make sure everything is as it is. And if something does come back a little wonky, like the foundation is off or something, we may have to come back to you and say, hey, I know we agreed at this price, but based upon what we're seeing now, we hate to do that, but if it makes sense, we'll bring it to you just so you know what we're up against. So yeah, that's how we work, brother.
Then we don't agree on the price. What's the next step?
Well, if we don't agree on the price, I would wish you well and hope that we can get you a buyer. But I'd still try to be a resource for you because it sounds like you and your daughter are in a situation.
Sign that contract,
Mm-hmm.
certain price. Let's just say something comes back a little wonky or whatever, something ain't right.
Right.
Lower the price. I don't agree. That kill the contract? Is null and void, or how does it work?
It could kill the contract at that point. And again, that's why I don't like to even I don't want to put a deal under contract if I feel like it's something that's going to have to be canceled. A price adjustment is different. But if it's something that has to be canceled, I just do too much business out here to be chasing down canceled agreements. So we're not trying to lock up any deals and not close on them. When we lock up a contract, it's so that we can close on that bad boy within the next 30 days. So that's usually our intent. Sometimes we bite the bullet we lock it up and we find things that, you know, that's just the nature of investment, brother. Sometimes you're gonna you make it, sometimes you're gonna break it. That's just how it goes.
I've had that happen a few times.
Indeed, indeed. So being that this is what we do day in and day out. Yep. So you know what I'm saying. So so you know, right. Right, right. So this way, by us going through the contract using the agreement, it sends everything through title. So it's all legal. It'll go through the state. The state runs title, make sure there's no liens or nothing that we need to worry about. So that everything is on the up and up. So that a year or two later, when I sell, you know, I sell this property in a few months after I fix it up, nobody can come back 2 years later and say, I got a lien on this property for whatever from the city or something. That's all handled up front. We make sure we don't run into those issues. Yep, and and that's really what that's for, is just to determine what we're up against.
I gave them a price.
Uh-huh.
They took what they owed the bank out and give them the rest.
Right.
They paid the bank first.
That's Yep, that's the same thing they're going to do here. The only thing they're going to do is make sure there's nothing that'll hold us up from being able to close on this property, like any type of liens that say we got to pay you 200,000 to get out of this lien. Nothing crazy like that. Then absolutely any taxes or liens would be paid out of the proceeds at closing. So I'm be honest with you. I'm looking here at the price, and I want to make this work for you without playing a bunch of games with you. I see here that you guys raised the price up about a couple of months ago, and to be honest with you, the range that you guys were at would probably be a little closer to the range where I need to pick this up for to be able to make this work for us to come in, fix it up.
Where did you come up from? 'Cause I don't remember raising the price.
Yeah, it says that right now it's listed for 179, and it says January the 27th it was 139
Well, 139.
or 149. It just says it was a 30K increase. That my bad math on my part. So it was 149.
Since I looked it up,
Mm-hmm.
at one time it was worth 214 was the value. The housing market goes up and down. I don't know what it's doing now. It's probably going down.
Yeah, right. Unfortunately, the market's recorrecting. So you're right. The estimated value on your property right now is at 156. And this is coming straight from the assessors. This is all data. I'm looking at all information. Like I say, brother, I don't try to lowball you or anything like that. I'll just give you information, and because the next right, because the next person that comes along, right, yeah, right.
My research on it was 214. I think I put it there at 179. I put about wow, hell of a price on there, really. A hell of a deal, really. It's 179 if it was worth 214 then. But if it's gone down, I still got to have what I got to have because I know what I got in it.
Right.
If I have to wait till the market goes up, then that's what I got to do. I just can't take that much of a loss. I don't have to have 179. I will be straight up front with you to tell you what I've got to have.
All right.
And if you can do that, then cool. If not, I understand.
Yeah, that works for me. I'm a straight shooter. I appreciate it.
Got to have 150.
150 is the lowest you can go on it. Understood. Well, this is where I'm at with.
That's what
Understood. This is where I'm at with it, and I'll tell you why and how. Right now, I'm looking at if I take this property off your hands right now and I put a minimum rehab into it of about 26K, get everything fixed up to standards to the house that's because you got some properties that have sold in your area, but so we have to bring it up to those standards. So I've estimated it's going to be about 26,700 to do that. On top of that, we've got closing costs. Closing costs are $15,400. Holding costs $11,000. So for me coming in this, I'd have to probably be around 130 to make any profit on this, and that's to make just my bare minimum profit that I like to make on these type of deals. So again, I don't want to take this from you and kick you in the knees or nothing like that, but I just give you information because the next guy or gal that comes up wanting to buy it, they're looking at the same information I'm looking at. We all use the same contractors and whatnot, I'm sure, buy the same materials. So I'm just arming you with some data, brother. So if I can't help you out and work with you, I just want you to be armed. No harm.
I'm sitting there. I'm actually sitting in the truck now, looking around the neighborhood, and I got one of the three nicest looking houses in the area right here. I don't know where you put the 26K, to be honest with me. I could probably see, I don't know, even if you hired somebody to do the carpet and do everything, I don't see more than 10 at the most. But
So let me make an adjustment here. If I make an adjustment here on my repairs, and again, this is I would still have to come out and verify it, but if I make an adjustment and bring this down, because I'm just using a calculator, I'm using my numbers here. I'll take what you said and I'll bring that down to 15,000. If I bring that down to 15,000 on repairs, let me just see what it tells me I can offer here. All right. If we're able to bring that down to 15,000, the most that I could do is 139, brother. If we can do 139, I can make it happen. I know it's about 11, it's about 11 off of what you're looking for, but that's the if I go to your 50K, it's just with holding costs and closing costs, which I can't get around. I'm not making no money on this one. Holding costs is when I take down these properties, I never use my own money. Most people never use their own money. We're going to use funding. So when we take down this loan, we've got to pay like interest on the loan. So in my case, I usually pay about 2 to 2.5 points. So the way that works for me, it usually breaks down to about 2,500 every month that I'm holding that property before it's sold. So it's in my best interest to sell that property as quick as possible, but I have to give myself a buffer. Yeah, I'm gonna flip it. Yeah, I'm gonna flip this one. I'm probably gonna flip this one here, unless my guy comes in there and says, this might be a better rental for us. But I'm thinking that I'm wanting to sell this one because there's some that have sold in your area. Like I say, right in the past, one sold here in January, one sold in July of last year, and these are right around the corner.
option there is instead of selling, I could rent because I know what I can get rent for. I know everybody around me here, and I know what they rent for. And I know what I could get out of rent. I may decide to. I may just have to rent it because I owe pretty close to what you're offering now on the house.
Oh man, I hate to hear that. Hate to hear that. So that's what it is. It's basically like what's owed on the mortgage that's got you at that 150.
Well, yeah, I mean, I owe a little bit on it. I owe a little over 100 on it, and I need a little.
Well, let me ask you this, Paul. If I can meet you halfway from where I'm at, my number is 139. You're at 150. We can do 145. I send you over your agreement. We can make this thing happen.
I can do that. I'll do that. Shit, I'll do that.
All right, I can make that happen for us, Paul. One thing I need from you to send over the agreement, I just need your email address.
145.
Okay.
45. That's 145 to me,
Yep,
and I take whatever I owe the bank out of 145.
that's correct.
That's mine.
Rest is yours. Nothing else, brother. That's all on me. We're taking all those costs. That's why I'm saying I need you to kind of work with me a little bit because we've definitely had some costs that we're absorbing, and we're going to put 145 in your pocket. The bank takes what they take, any taxes take what they take, but other than that, that's yours, brother.
Taxes ain't due yet, but I have to pay them up to that date.
Yeah, they'll prorate those.
Yeah.
All right, let's get it done.
Yeah, it's stressful, but anyway, I got 4 other properties, and I know I can get a good deal and rent it out, man. You can get like 15 to 18 a month for this one. That's what they're getting all around me right now.
All the folks around you, that's what they're renting at.
The one left of me is renting for 14. The one on the right is 16.50.
All right.
The 3 behind me is 18, 17, and 18.50. So all the way around me, you're looking pretty daggone good rent. And this is one of the biggest houses out of them. So
Okay. And the only thing I need from you, Paul, is I need to get your email address so I can send you over this agreement. And I need to get some help from you if you can take some pictures for me. You got a way to take some pictures you could send me?
on my phone, I guess.
Yeah. That's perfect. Yeah. Yeah, what happens is you're probably trying to send too many at a time, but if you send me one picture at a time, that'll usually work. And I need one of every room if you can try to get it for me, and the any type of like anything that you think I need to see, that would be great, brother. The HVAC unit, the AC, all that good stuff, electrical box, pictures of that stuff would be helpful. And this is my number. You can lock me in. My number's all right. And what was your email address, Paul?
All lowercase P.
All right, I'm gonna read it back to you. I've got P.
That's correct.
All right, I'm gonna have my assistant put that agreement together for you, and get that sent right over to you. It should probably take maybe 10 or 15 minutes at the most. Are you at the computer, or you can actually get on your phone and sign it right on your phone if you like.
Let me get some pictures today.
Okay.
I'm just thinking to hit town. It'll probably be late this evening before I can get you any pictures, but
Not a problem. Not a problem.
either tonight or tomorrow morning.
That
I'll try to see if I can go back to you.
sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. And if you could, once you get that agreement, once you take a look at it, let me know if you have any questions. But if not, the quicker you can sign it, the quicker I can start the closing process so we can get this ball rolling.
I'll sure let you know. I got your number right here. I'll give you a call.
All right, Paul. This will be coming to you in about 10, 15 minutes.
All right, man.
Talk to you soon. You have a good one. All right, guys and gals, and that's how she's done. That's how we do it. So I wanted you guys to see this is a regular conversation. Had a regular conversation with good old Paul. Paul is a good old guy. I can tell, good guy. Him and his daughter in a situation. They needed some help. They had a problem, and I'm here to provide that solution. So as you guys saw, that's what we do, and that's how it's done.